Looks like we are live.
Well, hello again, everyone. We're so happy you could join us. Katerina, happy new day to you.
Happy New Day, Patrick.
This is another edition of RIMPAGE Live, where we have an opportunity to expand on some of RIMPAGE's founding principles of freedom and empowerment, and also abundance is in there. We believe there's enough for everyone, so not being
Yes.
greedy there. And so here we just get a chance to share about those and elaborate and ultimately empower you. That's what
Mm,
we want to do today. So,
yeah.
Katerina, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about passion today. We're talking about the difference that life with passion, when we're connected with our purpose and our passion, I would say that they are on the same page, if not the same thing. Life, when we are connected with our purpose and our passion, is much more fulfilling. It leads to bigger achievements. And we can even say that if we are not connected with our deepest passion, that we cannot reach the excellence and brilliance of the quality of the life experience,
Right.
right?
So you would say that's something we should pay attention to, huh? How we
Right.
feel
What are
about
we
what we do.
overlooking? Yes.
Wow.
Precisely. What do we need to pay attention to, right?
Hmm.
Why are those dreams important? Why is it that people who care about us, people who have achieved greatly in their life, who have touched their dream, who have held their dream in
Yes.
their hand, they all tell us that we have to start with doing something we love,
Right. Right.
right?
There's this connection between
Yes,
success and passion.
yes, yes. And it's easy when you know you're passionate about something, right? Like you were passionate about basketball, you discovered that. I
Yes.
discovered passionate about holding a paintbrush,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
we explored more of that. And then we went through different
Mm.
life experiences,
Mhm.
and those experiences taught us certain skills. We sharpened our being in many different areas, but we never parted with our passion. Our
Right.
passion led us to create this bigger vision, this compelling vision that is pulling us forward in life,
Yeah.
right? So, how can we get there? Can we even get there to achieving those biggest dreams, right? The dreams of impacting many lives
Right.
if we're not connected with our passion. What do you feel
It's
about
well,
that?
like I've explained before, I see passion as the fuel in your tank.
Mm,
And how
mm,
can you reach that destination if you don't have enough fuel in the tank? You're going to run out at some point and just
yes,
stop.
yes. I like to ask and invite you to consider what it is that you want to achieve in life. Is it enough just to create a living, just to earn a living, just to have a roof over your head? And I'm not saying that that is insignificant.
Right.
I'm not saying that that is a small thing. Having a roof over one's head is
Right.
a big thing.
We were
But
here for more.
exactly.
We're
But
we're here for so much more.
yes, when we consider the brilliance of life, just I think the word of the day for me today is brilliance. There is this finer quality of life that no amount of earning a living can
Hmm.
compensate for if you are missing to score right there. That to me equals my passion and living passionately.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean fame and success, but it means living my dream, living what I was born to live,
Yes.
right?
Wow. Yeah,
So,
that's
mm,
and it's interesting that you put it that way because in your example, we've already reached that point where everyone sort of feels like they need to get to where they're experiencing material success. But what
mm,
you're saying is even when you get there, if you're
Yes.
not connected to your passion, you're going to
Mhm.
feel it. You're going to feel
Yes.
like something's missing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you will be reminded that something is missing. Life has this funny way of reminding us constantly. It will bring things that you're going to wonder, why is this now happening in my life? Like, I'm well situated, I have a job, I have established myself in this area, but this voice inside you is reminding you,
Yes.
and sometimes even takes you, you know off, out of your saddle, right?
Right,
Off
right,
your
right.
horse. And it
Oh,
reminds you you
wow.
are missing something, because there is this deeper feeling, the finer feeling, realization in one's life, that undeniably we all have this, because no matter with how many people I spoke with, whether they consider
Yes.
themselves to be very spiritually attuned or not, they have always had this feeling, this sense that they're called to do something, and that something differed from what the majority of people were doing. They had their
Right.
own unique calling. Well, this is what I
Hmm.
am inviting us to explore today.
Mm-hmm.
That if we are not fully aware and connected with that passion, and we can only discover it by being willing to explore. We won't know it from beginning. We will just know this brings me great feeling. Like when you're on the
Right.
court with the basketball, all you need is the basket there, and
Yes.
you don't need lights, you don't need a room,
Right.
right? You can do it outdoors. It's
Mhm.
just, but that connects with the dream inside you. That triggers some emotion that isn't there for everyone. It's
Right.
uniquely yours.
And when you said, even though you achieve success, there you said there's that little voice inside
Yes. Yep.
that that would almost suggest that passion was put there inside of you.
Like we were born with it. We carried it into this world. It
Yes.
arrived with us. We need to fulfill it. There is something, but we need to discover it. We get to expand on it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it isn't complete. We're
Yes.
not born with
Yes.
having it realized, but we are
Right.
born with a seed of it.
And we get to
We
participate in the
plant it.
development and the refinement
Yes.
of it in
Yes.
that way that only we can. It's
Absolutely.
like we were born with a mission,
Hmm.
and that mission wants to be fulfilled. You
Yeah.
know how important that must be, that even when we have achieved what some might consider success, material success, that mission inside of you is still saying, no, you're not finished yet. You need to get
Yes.
on the path.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I've experienced that when I was working in a corporate career.
Mhm.
I was doing really well in my job, so much so that they were really using words like perfection to
Yes.
describe my performance. But I
Yes.
was feeling there's something missing. I was missing by big mile. I
Right.
was
Right.
missing.
Right. Right.
Even though I did excellently there
Mm-hmm.
was this bigger part of me that I wasn't fully involved I was putting it off for when I have more time, when I have more energy, when the day comes. I was putting
Yes.
that off. I didn't see how I can merge the two together, and it was only in being willing
Mm-hmm.
to look at things in a different way that I started realizing different things, and those different things have showed to me that, oh, there is so much more here that I can
Mm-hmm.
give, right? And having
That's
gained
it.
those skills apply to this mission,
Yes.
but without being willing to explore and go after that feeling,
I
I
had
wasn't able to reach it, right?
I had a very similar experience when
Mm-hmm.
I had a job where I was like a technician. And so the customers would come in and they would give me their phone and I would fix them. And I loved when I could solve someone's problem, to see that look on their face and that sigh of relief and that moment when they realize I fixed that problem. I love that moment. And I was
Mm,
very good at that job. But at the same time, there was something inside of me that said, you're supposed to do more.
right.
You can serve, you can give so much more. That was the feeling that even though
Hmm.
you're giving at this job and you're doing well, you can give so much more. And
Yes.
that, so the mission is always calling us to give more,
Hmm.
whatever it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
It's bigger.
That is
It's
the,
bigger than
yes,
what we
that's the
settle
voice.
for
Yes.
oftentimes.
Absolutely. It's this urge to become more than what we are. It's this um, compelling feeling to grow into a bigger version of self. And I wouldn't say that that experience was unnecessary,
Uh,
because we gain
right.
something going through that experience, but not denying ourselves that voice, hearing that voice, and understanding that really truly there is more that wants to be expressed through us, that wants to be explored and touched, that only can be achieved through this
Yes.
entity,
Yes.
right? And
Right.
your dream can only be achieved through you. Isn't that a brilliant
It
thing to know?
is. It is. And you know what's so wonderful about it is when we finally listen to
Mm-hmm.
what that mission is telling us to do and we connect with our passion, we get the reward of feeling a
Yeah.
certain way that we can't, that nothing else gives us the feeling of.
Yep.
It's like our deepest happiness and sense of fulfillment comes when we connect with that passion.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
won't come otherwise.
No, it wouldn't come otherwise. And even though you're still in the unknown, but you're aligned with your passion. And you only have maybe one or two steps ahead of you that you know clearly what you need to
Mhm.
do. The rest you're just open to it. You're just open to it,
Right.
and you know that more is coming your way, right? But you need to walk
Wow.
towards it. So
Right.
to
So it takes a certain amount of
can't
faith.
wait for it to arrive to you. You have to walk
Right.
towards it, and the more willing you are to step towards it into the unknown, the quicker it can meet you. Right?
Right.
Because the all there is, the universe, the designer of this life,
Mhm.
let's leave it in the unknown because we don't know and we cannot describe fully what it is, but that energy is
Mhm.
present within us, wants to help
Yes.
us. It wants us to achieve that
Yes.
mission. It wants us to be connected with our own unique mission in life. And we discover it through what we are passionate about. It's exactly what we are talking about today.
So if we can connect with that passion, we get the benefit of feeling great, but
Hmm.
that passion also serves all.
Yes,
And so
yes,
there it creates this wonderful environment where you're feeling
absolutely.
fulfilled, you're feeling great, and the people that you're serving are getting this the
Mhm.
quality, they're getting a level of quality that doesn't
Yes.
come from a person who's not feeling it passionately.
Absolutely. And they're getting, in this example, they're getting the permission to search for this within themselves. And Patrick,
Yes.
isn't that the reason why we're doing this here right
Absolutely.
now?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Because we
Hmm.
are passionate about sharing the message of empowerment because it is
Yes.
within all of our reach.
Right.
It's in our
Right.
fingertips. We were
Yeah.
born with it. We have it inside us.
You know, it sounds like you're giving us the steps. So
Mm.
first we have to pay attention to
Yes.
what really
Yes.
gives you that
Just
feeling of
listen.
joy and
Just
fulfillment.
yes.
And then
Yes.
the
Get
next thing
curious.
is buy our book. No, we're not, that's not the next step.
sign up. Sign up
That's
for
not
our
the next step.
program.
We're not
No.
selling you anything. The next
No.
step is, like you said, just step towards it. Just
Yes.
move towards it.
Allow
Move towards
yourself
that
to
thing that gives you
feel
joy.
that feeling, as you were saying, right? Because
Yes.
that feeling overcomes you. You become aware that I am feeling different doing this. I
Yes.
like
Yes.
this.
Yes.
This gives me
Yes.
great feeling. So
Yes.
when you
Yes.
notice that, that is what you need to do more of. That is when you
Yes.
become aware, aha, this is somewhere in close to my passion, if not my passion.
Mhm.
Because like broadcasting live talks like this and isn't necessarily our mission by itself,
Right.
closely connected to what we do. It's
Yes.
part of what we do. So sharing this
Right.
message
Right.
gives us that same feeling, the same feeling
Absolutely.
of fulfillment, the same feeling of joy when we get to share this and invite everyone who is watching, because we know it isn't just aimed at RIMPAGE basketball players,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
It's aimed at
Yeah.
all of our friends.
Because we all feel it. It's just a matter of taking a moment to stop and pay attention to it, and
Mm.
not ignore that. That feeling is there for a reason. It's saying, "Come
Mhm.
here, come on, come over here."
Yes.
And you know what? It's like the vision and the mission is huge. You can only have
Mm.
an inkling of it, and that
Right.
inkling could just be the feeling that you feel. But when you move towards it, it starts to unfold and reveal itself more and more. And pretty soon you've been doing it for 40 years and never felt better. And then you see the whole
Yes.
picture.
Mm. And you see how wonderful it is. I don't think we can necessarily see the whole picture at once.
Yeah.
Maybe we get parts of our vision. Maybe
Hmm.
we get some element of our vision that we get to experience before we
Yeah.
get there. And certainly for big visionaries, vision is the important part of that journey, right?
Right.
Without
Right.
that vision, we would never even make that step. But all I'm saying is that it is applicable to every single lifetime. Every lifetime can achieve excellence and brilliance within the sphere of passion that this entity here, this mind, body, and soul, came to experience in this lifetime. And you want to live an
Yes.
excellent life, don't you?
Right. Right.
Right.
And I want to say this too to anyone who's watching out there. Uh,
Mm.
I'll start by saying, so I was listening to this guy one time, and he said all of the good business ideas have been taken now that we have Google and Facebook. Like, and so what I want to share is no, all the good business ideas have not been taken. The
Mhm.
point is there is space for your mission. There is
Yes.
a place for it,
Mm.
and there is a need for it,
Yes.
because it
Yes.
seems like these visions, these missions, these passions are given to us to serve all of mankind, to serve
Absolutely.
all of humanity. And
Hmm.
so it is important that you connect with that, because until you do, that part is missing. That
Yes.
benefit is
Yes.
missing. And who knows how big it can be or how far it can reach. So
Exactly.
those two things, there's space for you, for your mission,
Definitely.
there's a place for it, and then there's a need for it. People
There is
need what you have.
absolutely, because there is people who have been here before us. They needed to create a certain path. They needed to create an environment in which your mission can take it further, can
Yes.
become more than ever it was. And you absolutely have to believe that. So we don't all start from scratch. We
Right,
build
right.
upon what is already here. We extend. We indeed go forward in
Mhm.
that way. That is how we take humanity forward. That is how progress happens. We stand on the shoulders of those who have been building before us.
Right.
So you don't need
Absolutely.
to view it as everything is already been done. Like if we view,
Right. Right. We can always
life
take it
like that, we
forward.
can just fold our hands and say there's nothing further for us to do
Right.
here, right?
I shared earlier that one of Rinpoche's principles is abundance, the idea that there's
Mhm.
always enough. There's enough for all of us. And so, no, not all the business ideas have been taken. There's enough for you too.
Yes.
And there's a need for that.
Hmm.
The other part of that is once we connect to that and we start serving others, then we start to realize, we start to get that picture for ourselves and see it, and it just works.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's fulfilling on every level. This is what we are saying, that your passion brings more of life's enjoyment, more of the quality, more of the fulfillment. It extends what you achieve. It amplifies your success. So you may achieve certain level of success, but it won't feel great unless you're doing something you love. Unless you feel, I have created this, I have been a part of creating
Right,
this. And it's
right,
always going to be in service of greater self, in service of other people. It's going to be connecting you with all there is, rather than separating you from.
right.
Mm,
This one particular weekend, we held RIMPAGE matches, and we had maybe 3 or 4 matches lined up. And so I'm
mhm,
sitting there, and I'm controlling the music, and I'm controlling the score, and
mhm,
I'm watching the matches and sort of coordinating this whole event. And
mhm,
at the end of it, one of the players came up to me and he said, "Thank you so much. This was so much fun." And
mhm,
that may seem like something small to someone else, but that really touched my heart because
mhm.
it was working. I was
Yes.
serving athletes, and you know what? Growing up, I wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to play in the NBA, but I see
Right.
now my bigger mission is to create something for other players who don't get that
Mhm.
opportunity. And so
Yes.
when I was doing that, when I was serving those athletes, and he came back and said thank you, then that formed that connection, and it let me know you're doing it. You're doing the mission, and I got that feeling that I'm
So
talking about.
brilliant. That is so brilliant. And you have reminded us as well that our mission can be, when we are 20, it can be one thing. And when we
Hmm.
are 35, it can be another thing. And when we're 50, it becomes something else. So be open to your mission and your passion growing as you grow through life, right? So it's never over. And if you're still here, your mission is not
Right.
complete. Your passion
Yes.
is still to be discovered, and still to be acted upon. When you
Hmm.
make your passion part of what you do,
Hmm.
when you work from that
Hmm.
feeling of being connected passionately with what you do, then what you achieve is just brilliant. There's
And I
that
would say
word
too,
again.
yes, I would
Dazzling.
say too, allow yourself to enjoy that.
Mm.
Sometimes we feel like if we're enjoying something, there's that little bit of guilt there. But no,
Mm.
that's the sign. That's the key. Allow
Favorite.
yourself to enjoy
Yes.
that, give yourself over to that, and you'll find that it serves. And it serves in
Mm.
a way that's effortless and easy for you. It doesn't feel like a strain.
Yes. I would
Like
say all the
so,
best things in life are like that.
yes,
Come
yes,
from that feeling,
yes,
exactly.
yes.
Mm.
Wow, I'm thinking of some of the greatest achievers maybe
Hmm.
didn't have the idea that they would inspire the world. They were just
Mm.
doing what they loved. And because they did it so well, they ended up inspiring the world.
Inspiring. Exactly. Exactly. I'm convinced that all of them have enjoyed what they have done. It wasn't just the job they needed to do from, from I don't know, 8 till
Hmm.
3, and then it was finished and over. No, they lived for it. They lived through that thing that they are
Yes,
doing.
yes,
They felt alive through it. And then they were able to bring a bigger game, bigger achievement through that,
right.
through showing up in that way,
Hmm.
right? If they were closed off for that, then that wouldn't have been able to inspire and to continue to inspire, because some of those people are not with us here, but their
Right.
spirit still is. Their
Yes.
spirit moves us and inspires us, and what they left behind also does.
You know, something else I that's coming through as I'm listening to us
Mhm.
is you're going to have to be brave.
Mm.
Because sometimes, like, it's not easy when you've achieved all the material success, but your passion is saying, no, you need to go this direction, and to
Mhm.
walk away from that and to go into this. But so many people have. They were
Yes.
doing well. They walked away from that into their passion, And maybe they
Exactly.
struggled for a little bit at first, but eventually it was proven why that was the best decision for them.
Perfect.
So I would say be brave too.
Yes, I think so as well. Being brave is the quality that is necessary. Needs to
Right.
be absolutely going through life with your eyes open. It
It
is
may not make sense
largely
at first.
unknown.
Right, right, right. And like I was saying, it may not make sense at first because all you're seeing is just a little piece of it. But if you
Exactly.
pay attention to it, move towards it, like you said, it begins to unfold.
Yes, and it will feel familiar. You will
Mm,
feel as if you're arriving somewhere where, on some level, your soul already recognizes this. It feels good and it feels familiar, and you feel instantly at home in those moments, and you just want more of it, and you go
right.
for more. When you
Right,
go for more, you
right,
get more.
right. Like there's a sense of belonging there, a sense of
Mhm.
purpose. Like
Yes.
you feel like
Connection and
you know that
alignment.
you're doing
Yeah, absolutely.
right. That's it. Alignment. You can feel it
Hmm.
when things are
Yes,
aligned. There's that ease and
yes,
flow.
yes. That is the primary job we have, is to keep aligned to that. That is why we bring it here. So passion is connected with dream is the step one in everything that we
Yeah.
do, right?
Yeah.
So you think we'll be back next week to talk about something else
Absolutely.
along these lines?
Let let's keep this going. Let's keep it
Exactly.
going. I love it.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Love
I love it too. I mean, we are showing up here and doing exactly what we are talking about, right? We are practicing this. We're practicing what we are preaching here. We
it.
don't
Yeah.
show up in front of you with a script.
Yeah.
We show up willing to talk from our heart, from our experience. And we know and we trust that that will serve you, because it is something that you can translate into your life experience if you are willing to explore more of what life has in store for you.
You can do it. You
Mm.
can do it. And now we know the world needs you to do it.
Yes, absolutely. There is a place that's ready just for you, that your mission has to shine from that place. So tell us what that is. Tell us what is the dream? What is the passion that
Yes.
you feel? We want to
Yes.
know.
Please share.
Yes, and stay connected with us, and look for us next Monday. We will be back with more empowering talks. Thank you, Patrick, so much for this.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you next Monday. Bye bye.